Hey everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back. My intent here is to hopefully do the second campaign scenario. So we'll go over here. I'm assuming this is the one we want to do. So it talks about Teddy's delivery service. Many freighters operate scheduled services around the Foton Sea and southern Fjolmar, calling at several ports in succession to unload their cargoes and take on new cargo. Crescent Port Logistics is constantly looking for captains for these services and also issues orders to independent service providers. So we're going to load the freighter, go to the first port, partially unload the freight, go to the next port, unload the freight. So we have to dock at the marked pier. Alright, so it looks like, there we go. Alright, so we're over there. Now, the question is, do I need to get things? Let's see. Take steering, crew, binoculars, engines. Okay, that's just engines. Teleportation lights. Right, so what I'm looking for, is can we buy stuff? You see, the thing is, I don't know if we own these. Yeah, okay, we can. So I'm going to get 10 fuel filters. I don't know, we'll get 8 engine oil, 8 or so of those, and then coolant is 50. I don't know why I got more fuel filters, but I did. But that should get us what we need. Alright, so my question is, why won't the camera change? But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're on the... Oh no, we're not on... Yeah, okay. Like, I think we're on the Herbert, or whatever it is. Alright. So, we're gonna start up here. And I assume, okay, we can probably go to either one of these. But what I don't know is, yeah, last time it did let us do any of the... Yeah, it let us do the repair. Oh, okay, we need to go to that particular one. Alright. Which would make sense, like, that it would tell us, because, yeah, right now it's like, oh, there's all these docking points, but that's where I was like, oh, do I just pick one? And I kind of was, but clearly that's not right. So, yes, we're gonna get closer to the edge. I'd rather kind of be coming in straight and deal with that. So I don't know that we want to go super fast. But yeah, I am assuming we're still here in Crescent Port, and then the question is, are we going to need to just steam along, because that will take a long time to cross to the Southern Sea? Or are we going to do something else? So, oh, I was like, are we in a wake? But we're not. See, and now it, like, sometimes, yeah, see, it looks like it's, not less smooth than it was, and I think it's because we have waves and so forth. So I'm not liking that, because I think there are some delays then. Alright, so definitely the Herbert. So that's good to know, because I'm like, are we at the point where we need, whatchamacallit, where we need parts for it, but it did have a check mark like we owned it. So what I was saying is, last scenario, it said, oh, we're giving you stuff, but in the future, you know, when you own a ship, and that's the thing, like, technically Teddy owns the ship, but either way, it won't, like, I'll have those items, so if I don't need them, that's fine, but I'd rather be prepared than not. So, apologize a little bit, kind of in the morning, sometimes a little bit more throat clearing than I need to do. Hopefully I'll get them all taken care of, and off mic, and not forget to edit them out, but if I do, I'll apologize ahead of time. Alright, why? It is just so hard to get kind of straightish. And so you can see kind of the deeper channels that are there, but we obviously don't want to bang into things. Man, that is like messing with my head, the way it's close and happening. I'm like, are we hitting big waves and we're kind of running out of the water here? But no. Alright, so I'm gonna turn a little more toward the wall, because... Alright, so now we are gonna get like a dock thing, but again, we don't want to dock here. But it is just helpful to tell, like, where is it gonna have a cutoff type of thing. So yeah, like now it's coming in. See, it hasn't gotten to the edge though, and maybe it's because I'm technically not supposed to be docked here. I don't know. I mean, again, this should be rubbery. I mean, we're not moving at no speed, so... Alright, so let me just quickly look. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. Oops. Alright, so we'll turn a little bit this way. I'm almost tempted at this point. Yeah, okay, we hit the edge. I think we're... kind of running along. Alright, so now we'll get these back here. Yeah, we're kind of rubbing along the front, which is fine, I would think. Although, I'm sure it's banging more than it needs to be. Alright. I just don't want to turn away too far. But yeah, that's where I was like, well, the back, you know, kind of goes that way. And that gets us more where we need. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to be lined up kind of with the dock so that as we approach, it's all well and good here. But yeah, I don't know how we're going 11 knots. Like, this does not seem like 11 knots. So it's better than it was the first time as far as performance, but it still seems to get overwhelmed a bit. But I mean, there were times where it was almost unplayable. So I think once we touch the point, I'm going to, I don't know, maybe I'll back off already. Because obviously it'll turn yellow. We'll start to get, you know, the dock info and all that. All right. I mean, we're only going 8 knots, so it's not much, but at this point...
It's easy to lose your sense of scale on a ship like this.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I need to be in the box, so I did hit K. I'm too far away. And that's the thing. I mean, it's a big container ship to some degree. I mean, it's not gigantic, but you know, that's why I think they keep calling it a ferry, because I think it's smaller. But yeah, the thing that's odd is, like, see, now it's finally moving, and then it just starts to move. It's like it's almost quicker the closer you get to the center point. So there we go. Alright. So now it's like moves me in, and then it should stop me. And then we want to load the containers on the ship. Alright. So we want to load 3 containers, securing all the twist locks. So we're going to swap to the crane. Alright. So it's probably not quite in the right place. That looks like I would think we're... Yeah, because now it's like, when we get that white, we're kind of at the level. It might be dragging along the top. Okay. Now we've been trained how to grab bigger containers, but it doesn't look like we're doing that. Alright, so I think we're just going to put them in the middle. Stack them 3 high right there, and then we'll know. Alright, so we just got to be a bit careful that we're fitting here. Alright, looks like we're probably too far. Alright. So let's see if that... Am I green? Okay. Looks like I'm green. So have I not loaded? Is it telling me to load somewhere else? That's the other thing I guess I need to... No. Doesn't seem to be. Oh, that's a liquid gas. Never mind. So I've got to load... Okay, so we did get that. Alright. There's a check mark item. I'm like, I don't understand. Alright. Let's head on down. Alright. This is certainly easier than another sim that I've been thinking about, Docked, that we don't have a release date for yet. So I wonder if we can go higher than 3. We probably can't. So I might have to put something nearby. But let's see. So it's just hard to tell. No, 'cause it's not green. I can't really get a good view. Alright, what if I... No? Man. Now, am I good? Yeah, I don't understand. It's like, it's not letting me put it there, which makes no sense. Let's see, it won't let me. So I wonder if I just can't put it on top. So let me see, what if I go, I guess, over to another stack. It's interesting that it let me. I'm gonna go just then create the stack in the empty space over here. But can you not stack? Maybe you can't stack regular containers on the LNG? Because I guess the 2 next to me are that way, but... Alright, so let's see if I now go... Alright, so that it let me do. And again, it's, it is, whatchamacallit. I don't know, it's lined up okay. I don't think I'm... Oh, I guess I'm too low. Alright. But also, I don't know how long they really shift and float. Okay. So we'll grab that. So yeah, I don't have to go super high. But what I can't tell is, are the containers on the outside that are LNG, or those just LNG? Because that's the thing, they may have a different structure and you might not be able to stack them as easily. I'm like, I think I see the green underneath, but it's just harder to tell for sure. So yeah, the swinging of the crane is definitely something we gotta be careful with. Alright, so this truck's kind of lined up with what we want. So I'm like, I know we're pretty close here. But yeah, with docked, you'd have to rotate the crane, and there's more alignment points and stuff like that, so... Alright, because if I have just 2 stacks, it's going to be easier to do all the locks and all that, so... So it is interesting in that it kind of lets you set your twist locks. Alright. So in theory, we're... Alright, well, it says we're good. Alright, so now I can switch back to the ship. And there we go. I'm like, where are we? So yeah, so these are 3 LNG. Okay. So we just need to close, because we're going to have 16 twist locks. Now I don't remember.
To lose your sense of scale on a ship like this.
Okay, great. Why are you telling me this again? So we'll attach that, and then we need to lock these all together. Close. So half of them are done. I mean, it's nice that it, like, the other thing goes away when you're doing that. Alright, so we want to attach and attach, so all the lashings are done. So it looks like, yeah, probably because of the way the lashings work, you couldn't go any higher. I mean, I've seen container ships that are much higher, but I'm sure for modeling this. Alright, so the load is secured, and now I assume I can just teleport to, yeah, steering. Alright, so we're gonna well, let's look at the map. So that's the thing, like, I think we're up here, and we're going to Hellinghagen. Where's Hellinghagen? Goodness. I know I've seen it. It's Drockleden. Meddington. Alright. So that is Hellinghagen. Job. And then, you know, so we gotta go from here to there, which is not the end of the world, but there's some length on it. So let's see, if I plot waypoints, it's just hard. Alright, so there we go. Doesn't lead over land. Alright. Fine. So we're gonna go. See, so the route stuff is just a little goofy. I mean, I'm here. Why won't it let me do this? I mean, I would think the center circle... Alright, I give up. So, yes, okay. So it's not planning any waypoints. I'll just get there on my own. So that is a bit annoying, but whatever. Alright, so we want to undock. And then we want to turn away. Alright, I think it kind of does the we've pulled you away from the dock thing. Whoops. So I want to go straight a bit so that we're more in the channel. Because, yeah, like, I think it gets you away from the dock faster, which is good and all. Okay, now we'll get ourselves turned, and then we'll get ourselves moving. Because that's the one thing they don't seem to give you is the kind of wake turbulence and stuff like that. Alright, so that will get us there, but now we're far enough away into the harbor that we can go. And, you know, we do get up to 40 or 14 kilometers. Well, now we're at 15, but we'll see. So I was always debating, are we at 13 or 18? But, so, we might be able to go quicker. But yeah, we need to get out of the channel. We're not quite at the LNG, but we're at the other dock point, and you can see we have 12, which is how long Mission 1 was. Campaign Job 1, I think, is what they called it. So yeah, we're making a little bit of a sweeping turn. This might be okay, so unless I start getting too close to the shore there, we'll leave it. Looks like the channel's 45 meters. Yeah. Oh, and now just doing that, like, slowed everything down, which stinks, but... Because it does seem like when it changes some kind of views, we immediately start to have unwanted problems. But anyway, we need to get out of the port, which is obviously a little tighter. But we're at 15, 16 knots. Because some of it looks like, yeah, we have a 7 meters per second. We're going to be, like, turning into... I mean, it shows a windsock, but I don't know if in theory that's telling us the water resistance as well. Alright, so at this point... Yeah, I think... I don't know, it's hard to tell. I mean, it almost seems like we've gone around, but not really. So we're slowly rotating. I think this will be okay.
There's a lot on the agenda for today.
Yeah, we know. I'm guessing we're probably going to have to deliver the LNG container to one place. Or, I mean, again, there were containers on the ship, so... But I'm guessing we have to deliver the LNG to one port and the others to the other port. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Alright, so I'm going to turn a little bit more because I do feel like it's just not quite, you know, we're seeing too much of that side and not enough of anything else. Now, is he coming in, or is that just the edge? Oh, I think that's just the edge of the port. No, that's a ship, never mind. He's docked, I would think, so, alright. So now we're gonna try to straighten out here and just get ourselves out of here. And we're still going 16, which is good. And then, yeah, once we exit out of here, we do have to turn to the right and head on down. Because I would say to some degree we probably have added distance. Now that little boat is coming kind of in my direction, which obviously would be better not to do so. But yeah, I mean, the one thing, and I think what a lot of people kind of grumble about is, you know, the lack of just, hey, I can go, it's an open world in these kind of sims, but I think to some degree the challenge is, like, how do you model something? You know, and this is like, you know, I sometimes have always joked, working in technology, that, you know, there's this expectation that's been put on tech by mobile apps, where if I want something, I just download an app, and it makes it seem like everything's really simple when it's not.
Lose your sense of scale on a ship like this.
Okay, so she clearly repeats the same message over and over. This is the third time we've heard this in this scenario. We're not even out of port yet. Twice at the dock, once now. Okay, so that's just the tugboat, which probably makes sense that it's hanging out in the harbor there. Yeah, but it's like, it seems like you can't quite get it to center, which is really weird, but that's what it seems like. But yeah, so similar to the mobile apps thing, kind of messing up, you know, that everyone just assumes, how hard is it to write anything? I mean, just, see, maybe the tugboat is moving along, I don't know. But either way, we're heading out. Not seeing any, I mean, it should be deep along here, because obviously these ports can go in, so I'm assuming this would be a deep water port type of thing, where they dredge it out, you know, dig down and, you know, make it deep enough so that big ships can come in. But yeah, it looks like it's kind of saying there's two, oh, I see, there's a little bit of a tugboat, so there's actually like 3 ships there, but, well, I guess one's a tug and the other one is, I don't know, could be a different kind of tug, I don't know. Right. But you can see where in the to just move my mouse physically a little bit on the desktop. But you can see where the point we want to get to is at, but obviously we need to clear the harbor wall and get a little bit out into the open sea before we're doing anything, and I wonder again if that's going to start to slow us down, because right now suddenly it's 7 meters per second in the same direction we're going, which makes no sense, because the way it was set up when we were turning in, it was definitely different. Right, so time scale in the game obviously goes quicker, because it's gone from 8:08, now it's 8:10. So like I said, it'll be interesting to see if it's the same thing, like once we get out to a certain point, will it be like, alright, no, now it's smoothed out. So I have no idea, and it's like, did the scalers catch up? Because it tells you, like, there is a note, wait like 2 seconds until, you know, you leave a menu to start up, to give the scalers a chance and all that. Alright, so we're gonna just head that way a bit, but we've made the turn. And now we're kind of moving in the direction, but I don't want to go like so down the coastline. Because once again, I think if I look at this, yeah, we've got to actually kind of get out here and then over. So we probably actually want to just wait for a bit, Because, yeah, we need to get around this, otherwise we're going into other things. So yeah, these little question mark things are obviously, yeah, see, they're even unknown locations. So I'm guessing, like, if we visit them at some point, we'll get some sort of port symbol like we have, and we'll go from there. But because I'm just checking, like, why did it zoom back in? Yeah, because heading this way doesn't make a ton of sense, so we'll just keep going out, and if it takes a bit, it takes a bit, but that's, I think, what we're supposed to be doing. Unless, I don't know.
Finally back at sea. Even though it's been happening more often lately, there's still nothing I'd rather be doing right now.
Okay, so there's a ship out there, a sailboat, okay. Right.
Even if I have to do the paperwork, we should take the time to enjoy moments like this. The open sea, the salty air, just us and a few seagulls.
Yep. See, and again, we've turned, and the water seems to be, or the wind seems to be going with us, regardless of how much we seem to turn. I mean, it's moving a little bit the way you'd expect, but it isn't also, so it's hard to say. Yeah, see, because we're like, to me, this seems the wrong way to go, but yeah, I'm gonna let myself drift that way.
All that's missing is an ice cream, and it'd feel just like the old days. We should definitely bring some next time.
An ice cream? See, now we've got, like, what look like 2 dots suddenly. It's like, do I have to go to other places? It's interesting. Alright, waves are getting a bit more choppy, but it's also 10.
We just
now
don't have
11.
enough ice cream in stock.
Okay, dude. I don't usually go on about obsessing, but yes, you're really into ice cream. So, yeah, I wonder if this is the game's way of, like, moving you along quicker. Because now suddenly the water's gone from, or the wind has gone from 7 to 13 with us. Alright, so now we're facing back out. It feels like I need to move in the right direction, so I don't know. We'll see. But we'll keep powering along. I mean, the good news is it's been an hour and we haven't had an engine problem yet. But yes, bringing up ice cream quickly, like he clearly wants. It's 9 in the morning, dude. You do eat ice cream for breakfast? I mean, I'm for that to some degree, but, and I don't know why we get that radio static thing every once in a while. So, all right, going back to the story I was telling about mobile apps and this and that. For something like this, I think this is where, like, Microsoft Flight Sim, I think, may be setting unrealistic expectations, because people are like, well, Microsoft can create the whole world and I can fly and it's accurate and whatever. Like, just do the same thing in a ship sim. Like, give me the entire world and all the oceans and let me go wherever I want. Because first off, I think people forget. Like, I would think, again, even with that, like, if you did something like Truck Sim, where you did, like, a 1 to 20 scale, I think it would still take forever to get any, like, let's say you were shipping, like, I don't know, you took an actual job of, I'm shipping from China to the U.S. I think that's, like, 6,000 or 7,000 miles. You know, and you're moving at 13 miles an hour. So that's why cargo takes a long time. Like, so even at scale, or you know, at some point, like you'd have to change it and make it, I don't know, 1 to 200, 1 to 2,000. I don't know, 1 to 2,000 might be too much, because yeah, in theory, then in like 3 minutes you could cover 6,000 miles. But well, but that's assuming you're going 60. So no, it would take you 10 or 15 minutes. So maybe that would be a reasonable scale. But then, like, what do you do when you get toward port and stuff like that? Alright, so now we're into deeper water. We're no longer near, because yeah, I didn't want to hug the coastline, because I'm like, there's a bunch of ships there. So the fact that it just kind of lets you go out here into the water is cool in and of itself. Okay, so now we're getting like something 13 sideways. So yes, now we've dropped to 13 knots instead of going at 16 knots, or because I was like, yeah, that's how they're going to speed us up. So yeah, I think the people that are like, why is this a closed world? Because if I look at the comments, this is where this is all coming from. Like, there's the negatives are, well, it won't let me do everything. Like, I hit the button and it docks me. It won't let me dock. And, well, it kind of does. You want to pull right up to it and don't hit K until you're where you need to be. Like, you could do that. So, oh goodness. Alright. So somehow we really started to turn up. That's the thing. It does rotate faster than one would think. Again, the currents now are like hitting me straight on. Like, I don't understand if it would. Now it looks like there's like white cap-ish type things out there, but maybe that's just, I mean, having been on a cruise ship and stuff, I guess it kind of looks like that. Alright, so now let's try to straighten up again. See, in theory, we've got like a long way to go, because this is not our port. This is something else. This is, yeah, Lichtenheim.
It's easy to lose your sense of scale on a ship like this.
Yeah, we know. For the 4th time, we understand. It's easy to have desire to have a better coworker that isn't telling me the same thing every hour in game time. And I'm like, is this, like, if this lets me go the whole way, is this supposed to make me feel better about, my god, it took an eternity to get there? Because, yeah, I mean, this is already appearing to be, like, 40 minutes here, so... Again, in theory, we're going to 2 ports. But last time, yeah, I'm just trying to remember... You know, because that's the one problem I have with, like, not going the way we were. So, like, now, maybe... Like, I'm clear enough now that I'm comfortable if I start heading toward my spot. So we basically got to, like, within 9 nautical miles last time of the location. I kind of want to see it. Alright, so now we'll just kind of generally head that way, and that'll be fine. But we got to, like, I think 9 nautical miles from 12. And then it, like, did this cinematic scene, and then we were suddenly 1.2 nautical miles from the location. So it's like, does it just let you go for a certain period, or do you have to get within a certain distance. So that's kind of what I don't understand how it was on the horizon and then it's not. And again, because it's so far away, like I think it moves with really small turns. But because it's like moving away again, which it kind of would, but it kind of wouldn't. I don't know. But yeah, so what I want to do is start getting closer, because I don't know if it does that. Is it a time thing or not? And again, if we start getting near the land, because really until we start getting near it, like we can start to see the land just peeking in on the map behind those couple ships. So, you know, it's going to be 4 or 5 nautical miles, I guess, on the map. And so again, I'm sure that's the thing, like there's a scale that way, and that yes, you're going 12 nautical miles and you're going across, you know, in these giant map scales or map areas. And so I'm sure that's their sense of scale a little bit is. Right, so now we're suddenly, I see. Like it just doesn't seem that's what I want. Like I want to go down, but I don't want to go down. Like I don't want to keep going straight. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, because now again we're still at 13, and now we have stuff with us. So I mean, the good news is stuff hasn't broken, which was kind of annoying. So again, it would seem like we're going through a ship's wake here with the increased waves. There's like a little tick of white that I can see on the fuel, so I'm assuming, you know, we're consuming some fuel. Because what I would assume you would see is, like, on all of those indicators, like, it would show some normal wear, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm getting in this dangerous area, something's going to happen. I mean, I get engine stuff breaks kind of without notice, but, you know, so that's the thing. We've theoretically gone, like, a mile or two, but you can see how far down the coastal map we are. Start to head a little bit back, get it a little closer to the center. Because yeah, my thing was, like, if I need to get, because if it's gonna happen at like 9 or 8 nautical miles, then heading as straight as I can toward my location is better than what I probably would do, which is head out. You know, because right now it's just showing greater than 50 meters on the echo sounder, you know, which I'm sure implies that it won't get any closer than that. Alright, so that'll start to drift away, but we're probably going really, yeah, nearly due south. But that will close the distance as fast as anything. We're coming up on noon. So yeah, I would liken this almost to, like, okay, it's like operating at 5 times speed in Farming Simulator, or 10 times speed, where the day goes by in an hour or 2 hours or something. You know, and there's theoretically some fast travel, so... And I'm sure some of that is because bridge, deck, engines. Okay. It's good to know, because then, yeah, if I need to get to the engines, I don't have to, like, walk through the ship. I was doing that thinking, oh, that's how I need to get there, but... And I don't think that's what they mean by fast travel, but maybe. Alright, so we're under 10. Like, it's getting there. But... Because, yeah, if we're going to need to go around, there's gonna be a lot of time where it's off to the right side, and we're obviously not getting any closer, and we may be technically getting a little further away. But I'm gonna get myself, if I can, within 8. And if at that point it hasn't cut over, then obviously, yes, we're just gonna have to sail this. The thing I was looking at is, like, there's nothing here. Because we've already taken steering, we can't swap. Like, there's nothing about fast travel on this little indicator, so... Alright, so we've kind of settled in at 14 knots. But yeah, this is even less... less actionable than, you know, flight sim, where, because you're at least covering, you know, a mile every couple seconds or something when you're going 400 or 500 knots. And again, that is like to scale 1-to-1, you know, whatever, but interesting. But yeah, I woke up, I was kind of, I don't know, maybe I was excited to see how this goes. I woke up kind of early, because I think I've talked about on some things, and again, I don't know when these are finally going to appear, but I'm in that point where, yeah, we have some visitors, and we're doing some things this weekend, so I have basically if I can squeeze out a little bit of time in the morning and in the evening, that's the only time I have. And so this may be it for the weekend. And so I was like, well, let me give myself 2-3 hours and, you know, see where we get to. And I basically used an hour of that. But yeah, it does look like it's 2 points, because I'm guessing because they like separate there, which is interesting, because, well, can I? No, I can't like see anything there. I mean, right now it's really just giving me that. So yeah, 8 might be close, but see, that's the thing, like in theory this is 3 miles. Like, obviously you'd not have, like, the scale is not to scale. Like, it's still much smaller of a world. But I think, you know, they compromise with what they can for, like, okay, we're gonna give you time to feel this vast scale or whatever, but not make it unbearable, because nobody's gonna want to sail for 3 months. Alright, well, now we're within 9. I just don't remember exactly. I mean, I don't think we got closer than 8, but I thought by now.
It's important that you stick to the schedule so you don't trigger a chain reaction.
Okay, well, I don't know what the schedule is. I mean, I'm trying to get there. I'm full speed ahead. I mean, good news is we got different speaking as opposed to you lose your sense of scale. You know, because that's the thing. It's like, did I did me going across instead of straight at this cause an issue? I don't know that, again, going to the... I mean, I guess I'll keep going this way, because it might be like, oh, you're close, and then we'll trigger you at some point. It's the other thing, we were like going to the center, like there was some indicator on the map. Like if you remember this thing, and then we discovered that location, but I don't know. All right. But it's like, yeah, if I don't keep going like straight at the point, does it, you know, are those triggered? Is it literally because I got below 9 nautical miles away? But obviously if I'm going across and the time is ticking the way it is, like, it's going to, we're not going to gain ground. So I don't know what the right way to do this is. Because last time we were late, but we also had a bunch of engine breakdowns. Okay, so now we do have a little bit on the engine. There's more of the fuel. Again, I'm not feeling in any danger. We had, you know, 12 nautical miles or whatever. But yeah, if we get below 8 and it's not happening, I would think that, yes, we've got to sail the whole way. But to me, like, I don't think we have any hope of getting there until, like, the next morning. It's like we're sailing through the night, is what I think would be happening. But we've gone from, obviously, 8.7 to 8.4. Yeah, I guess we're just just shy. How about that? Now I'm saying slight, but my brain wants to say shy, so it's like messing words up, of 14 knots. So, and now we're back to 7 knots. Is that because we're in, like, that's the thing, is it faster water in the darker, deeper areas? I don't know. I mean, in theory I understand that, and maybe it is. All right. Because, yeah, it's not like we were ever told, hey, you need to be there by whatever, and that I have a target. Like, it's just, this is the first time we had to stick to schedule. Yeah, I understand that, but I can't go faster than I can go. I can't fly over land. Alright, so those ships are... And again, there were less than 10% of people that finished this second, assuming that's what this is, but I would imagine it would be. Because I would think if you're just doing regular jobs, no, but they still need to give you, like, goals to be done with and whatever. Alright, so getting close to that point where we'll be below 8. Yeah, the time is still ticking like it was. Alright, well now we are below 8, so I would begin to think that we just need to sail the whole way, but which is fine. I mean, that would make sense. And frankly, I think I would rather do that than just be, you know, going somewhere. But because, like, the only other thing is, can I go here and user? Yeah, there's nothing about Like, is there a fast travel thing? No. Vessel control. Nope. Sea rescue. Interact, searchlight. Oh, how do we... I see, that's just the motorized searchlight. So, map. Oh, there's fast travel. Use fast travel outside. Set a navigation course on the map with the desired checkpoints. Keep an eye on time and fuel. Confirm the route. And you can then navigate. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, so the question is... So I guess let me now try, now that I'm out of the harbor. So let me go to the map table and let's see. And maybe that's what we should do. But in theory, the time should still pass. So plan waypoints. And now if I go here, and then, let's see. And then here, and here. And then we'll end route planning. Let's see. Now, if I go there, yeah, it doesn't appear to let me fast travel, so... Because now if I go back to the tablet, user, hints... What was it? Radiant? No, it was a map. Use the fast travel outside of... Yeah, like it doesn't show up on the map. So even though I have it, so I would think that means I can't. But yeah, you can see we're... I guess we've consumed 45% of our fuel, and which is a little scary because, yeah. Could I have bought fuel? Now I'm wondering. Fleet. Yeah, it doesn't give me any. Well, but it said 45% of our fuel, but this shows like 28%. Like, that's very different. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, and so, yeah, these are only for this part. VHF, Echo Sounder. Whoops. Yeah, maps are level 1. Maybe that's the thing until we get to, like, other levels. We can't do anything, but, alright. So we can't fast travel, so we've solved that problem. So yes, I think I just need to keep going. At this point, we're slowly turning. But yeah, the problem is it tells us, you know, we've got 13 some nautical miles to go along the route we're going. So that's the challenge. So I'm going to shut up for a bit and eat my breakfast while we go along. I'll keep recording, but you'll just not have me talking for a bit.
if you go walking on deck. It could be slippery.
Alright, well, we suddenly got a storm. Some crazy lightning. Oh look, the wind has gotten crazy too. So I think the travel time is what we have left, because it is ticking down, as you can see. Holy moly. Alright, well. That gives us a view. That's for sure. But we're gonna keep trying. Obviously, I can't even see the shore anymore. So I'm gonna turn a little bit that way, because, yeah, we don't want to get too close here. But, yeah, this gives us that feel. And again, I've seen videos of cargo ships doing crazy stuff like this, so yeah, is this like the greatest depiction of spray and whatever? I don't know, but so we'll see if something crazy happens. Hopefully not. So obviously that's not the goal. Alright, so we're gonna kind of go back, because obviously I want to make this as direct as I can. I mean, I'm hoping it'll join up. But now the question is, can I remove...
It's easy to lose your sense of scale on a ship like this.
Yeah, we know. Alright, remove the last waypoint, and then if I do... No, okay, so we want to add a waypoint like we did. Yeah, so, okay. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We know where we're going. Alright, so now we can definitely start to turn some and start heading a lot more toward the port, because now we finally gotten clear of things. Holy moly. Wow. Very interesting. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm not going to turn too much more. Alright, so I think we're going to just kind of start heading that way. So in theory, we've got 9.8 nautical miles to go. Alright. And obviously we need to get down into the area. Am I turning out? I may be turning out into sea a little bit because of the way the waves are battering me. I don't know. Because, yeah, we're definitely turning more than I would think. Like, we're starting to face out again. Because, yeah, there doesn't appear to be a way to change your waypoints, but like I said, we obviously just need to get there. But this is what Seasick is about, right? Just moving back and forth. Crazy stuff. see how everything works together. And again, we are turning back, because yes, at this point, going south would be a good thing, so I'll turn a little bit more. I mean, in theory, we're going 15 knots, which is a bit crazy, but no. Can't be fun in the middle of the evening. Yeah, it's 6 p.m. is what it's showing us. Alright, and I kind of want to be just pointing to, so I'll back this off a bit. Maybe that will work. But what's it telling me? 9.5. See, because what I'm not sure it'll do is, like, because it's going to want me to go back to that waypoint. You know, will it give me some other, you know, will it keep expanding? And I guess the easiest way to tell is, now let's see, does it get longer? Yeah, see, it's getting longer and longer, because in theory we go to that waypoint and whatever. Because it's like now, if we clear waypoints, and then we go, say, here, and then here. Like, there we go. That'll give us that. Alright, so 6.8 nautical miles, in theory about 20 minutes, I assume, is... And I assume now it's decreasing. Yeah, 20... Turn a little bit again. Get ourselves over in that direction. And hopefully we'll be getting close. But the scary thing is, like, in theory, we gotta go to a couple ports, so this may turn really, really long, which is a bit nuts, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's clearly not letting me fast travel. So I think it's showing on the route what our consumption will be. So that's what I wasn't understanding. Is it's going to use like 30% of our fuel to get where we're going. But we are now nearby again. Yeah, in the dark. You can't tell. Seems? No, maybe not.
To lose your sense of scale on a ship like this.
I think this is the 6th or 7th time we've now heard that from our friendly, whatever she is to us. Anyway, alright. Now we're only going 12 knots, so we are losing speed, which is not good. But we've settled in at about 12.5, it looks like, so I suppose that's all we can do. So definitely, yeah, intriguing, gives you a sense of what this could be like, I suppose. But yeah, we're approaching an hour of this buffeting. Alright, now I'm getting too close to the where I mean, we're still a long way away from the shoreline, but again, I don't want to run into something. my goodness. Alright. Now we'll go there. But again, the 6.2 is the harbor. So, but yeah, and what we've been told is we have to get there, unload some things, and then go to the next, to another harbor, is what this was described as, and we're only getting 2,300 for that, which is insane, because I think that's about what we spent on the supplies for the ship, but luckily we're not consuming those right now, so that's not too bad. Making a lot of noise. Wow. Yeah, it's getting dark out there, so speaking of, yeah, let's get our signal lights on. Hard to hit the things. Alright, okay, so those are those. I guess just the starboard and port lights. Okay, now I'm heading out a little bit too far. 'Cause yeah, we're pointing in the wrong direction. We're vaguely going south. But I'm just trying to see. Now we're still rotating away, so let's try to get it rotating back. There we go. Yeah, so it makes me think, like, yeah, we'll be there in the morning, but because we have, we left at 7 a.m. is when we were pulling out of the harbor, I think, out of the open water, so it's been 14 hours of this, and yeah, just a lot going on. It's turning away again, so we'll rotate a bit more. Now we're going 16 knots, which is good, but I think some of that, again, has to do with the wind and the currents and all of that. So now suddenly we're rotating back pretty quickly. Because again, I can take a straighter line. We're going to have to be aware there is a boat, right there that's moving this way. So we may have a problem depending on what they do. Alright, so now I need to stop that abrupt turn. Goodness, that really turned quickly. Because, yeah, now we're really, like, not able to go the other way. Come on. I don't need to get washed into the shore here. So, obviously, it's pretty easy to get things to go the wrong way. Alright, 5.5 nautical miles. So it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, if that is how this will work, I'm definitely going to break this into a few sittings to get this done. I'll splice it all together into a single episode, but because it is a single crazy mission. But alright, so let's see. Now we're at least heading toward the port, because again, I have no problem, getting closer to the shore here. But yeah, I think, like, we do want to head... Like, I can really just head toward the point now. I can ignore my waypoints because, well, I'll still be making up time until I pass that other one, but my goodness, there's just no nice way to do this. But almost 9 o'clock now. Which is a bit crazy, but we're just getting buffeted around, I'll tell you that. It's challenging to turn and rotate. And I will say, with all this going on, performance-wise, this is pretty sweet. Right, so now we're getting turned a lot more. Yeah, because at this point, if I go straight toward the harbor, like I should be clear of the land. I don't know that we can see any land. So you can imagine, like, back in the day, you know, the big explorers, Christopher Columbus and those guys, yeah, you're suddenly coming upon land and you didn't even realize it, because, yeah, they don't have sonar and GPS back then. So you can only imagine how that all worked. So we shall see. But yeah, I'm not even sure that I'm going to be able to unload the cargo. I'm thinking I can get to the port, but that may be my stopping point. But it looks like, yeah, if I look at my timer over on OBS, we're at 1.5 hours already, just getting this far. I don't think it'll be 2 hours to get to port, but it could be another 10 or 15 minutes to make that. Okay. Great. So now let's look. Alright, well, in theory we have 50% of our fuel left, so should be okay. But yeah, you can see we've got, you know, different things. We got to get to certain levels to unlock certain ships. Alright. So now we're past the point. But yeah, we should be okay. So I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's like, okay, we've hit our reserves a little bit, but wow. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, how they modeled it, and you know, I'm sure this is a lot of what these guys do, but it is nice that in like the seconds, you know, I don't know if there's a third scenario because it doesn't indicate that. That's not, there's no achievement for anything other than the first and the second scenario. Or job. I think it's campaign job 1, campaign job 2. So I think the campaign might literally be 2 jobs. And then it's probably just, okay, go do your thing now. Like, you know what you're doing. So. But it is interesting that the campaign appears to be cargo driven. It's not, hey, go out and rescue people or whatever. Somehow it feels like it's taking forever. Because now I'm like, wow, we're only at 4.3. Like, I don't understand, but alright, we're clear. The good news is that other ship vanished, so I don't know. It was a motorboat, or they're right on top of me and we're gonna hit them. I don't know. I mean, we clearly can't see anything around us, and we've got decent visibility for what we've got. Right, but now we've gone down to 4.2 from like 4.5, so I do feel better that way. I definitely want to start turning back, though. My goodness, I'm barely touching the rudder, and you can see the vast change that is happening. But yeah, even that last, you know, nautical mile or whatever, it just all feels crazy. Alright, we've unlocked... Oh, now we can do fast travel. Interesting. Okay. Use fast travel outside of harbor air. Set a navigation course to desired checkpoints. Okay, so now if I go here... Alright, well, we'll do that. And that'll go there. And there. That's cool. Okay. So we just had to earn it. Alright. So now... Okay, it says stopping. Hopefully it won't screw up. Alright. Alright, there we go. Now... Oh, okay. Because it's not moving. I'm like, what is happening? Like, I'm just kind of floating around. But let's see. Alright. So, yeah, I need to go there. Now there is a boat somewhere. Alright, so we obviously have to get up to speed. There's the boat. Is there some... Is that guy nuts? It looks like a sailboat. Oh no, it's not. I'm like, okay. He's not as nuts as I thought. I'm like, he's seriously? Alright, well the fast travel is good because yes, it's one thing to just go, but so yeah, I'm guessing some of it is time. You know, I don't know how we got to level 4 or whatever. My goodness. Alright. But the good news is, like, I can also get myself a lot closer. And that will help. But yeah, I'm thinking we need to get, like, inside to count. So I might still have a ways to go. My goodness. Alright. Yeah, that should be the open area. Wow. 14 knots. But you can start to see on the radar, like, obviously things are coming in. Alright. And this might be where it gets really bad as far... Now, I would hope, once we get past the breakwater, that things aren't as violent. But yeah, at this point, I probably do want to head... Because yeah, that's my navigation point, I get that, but... The harbor clearly is that way. And I think the ship I'm seeing is that one right there. So we're gonna wanna just steer clear. But I would hope that shortly we're gonna lose some of the turbulence. I mean, obviously there's still wind.
Things are about to get real bumpy.
Okay. Because it's not bumpy enough? Like, I don't understand. Dock at the marked pier. Okay, well, yeah, we get that, but... So... see if I can do that. My goodness. Alright. Well, he's going by. Okay, they're also sailing by. Okay, I see the location. Alright, we're going right there, so we're not going super far into things. It seems a little bit more workable. And we're on... Yeah, I think we're on the far side. Obviously, I want to be careful that we don't get too close to the edge here. So I think that's the corner. I can't tell if... Yeah. Alright, so we're clear of that. And again, we've got just kind of straight edges. So I'm thinking it's that first mooring point. So I think I'm going to want to go in, again, at a pretty good angle and then rotate as we get closer. So yeah, I don't know why she thinks things were getting bumpy now. They're way better than they were. Alright, see, but it is 5, it's coming up on 6 a.m., so it did almost take us like 12 hours. Alright, I'm gonna start to slow down. I'm gonna start to turn a bit. Alright. Because that's the thing, there is like an end right there. And, right. So we're gonna want to get in there. But, again, we're slowing down a lot, which is what we want, but now how are we coming in here? Okay. So we're gonna wanna probably turn that up a bit. And now turn that down a bit. Alright. So I would think we're in pretty good shape here. Maybe not. Alright, so once we get close enough... Alright, well, we understand. I don't need it to be terrific here. I just need to dock now. So let's get there. Alright, and it should bump off soon. Come on, you can get in there. Alright, we're gonna just keep things a little light, and then once we hit the box, I think we're all set. There we go. Alright. So, we are good, and then we have to deliver. Alright, so now we need to run over to the crane. Well, actually, yeah, I need to get the twist locks done. So we'll go to the vessel. Alright, so it's just this one container here. So we'll get this one unlocked. Alright, and then we will get this down. I think it's that one, yeah. Alright. So this should be relatively quick. Alright. Not over enough. But we'll see. Alright. So we'll grip that, pull that up. Just don't know if we have... I'm not even sure the containers... Yeah, I think they're like in different places from where I placed them, now that I think about it. Alright, so... should be good there. Alright. So we've cleared the containers. And now we need to get back on the ship. Alright, and we're going to Stettach, which, let me just make sure I know where that is. Whoops. So, well, let me just do this, because I think it's this one. Yeah, Stettach. So we just need to go along the coast. But, again, it may take a little bit of time. Now, let me just also check. Okay, so we need fuel. Okay, so we can add 10%. Okay, durability's up. Hull conditions up. We have the equipment. Alright, so we're gonna undock. Now, I'm gonna do this, basically, but then I'm going to do that, and then we'll get all of these pushing us away from the, okay, I don't understand how we're... like how the front is not... I don't know. Okay. So this whole thing didn't work the way I wanted it to anyway. So probably need that, and then there. Alright. So now if we go this way, we'll pull away. And that will spin us around. Just make sure we don't have a problem there. And now we want to get going forward. Well, let's see, I might... okay, I'm going to have to get these kind of linked back up. So there we go. I think they're pretty good shape. And then we can go full throttle and get out of the port. So we want to go to the left, because that's how we came in. Now again, it's 7 a.m. So we'll see if we get out of here. You know, before, or get to there before we are again longer. Although I can fast travel, so yeah, that'll actually speed things up, so that'll be good. But the nice thing is, because we ended up with like 13,000, so I'm assuming we got the 2,300 for the first part of the trip, so we might get some more later. But yeah, once I get out here, we can then plot a course, and that will make it go much better. But yeah, because I kind of do want to see if this will get us if this will finish the second job, and then we'll see what they say after that. But I'm assuming these campaign jobs are the same, or obviously we wouldn't be finishing the whatchamacallit, we wouldn't be finishing things the way that we were as far as achievements. Alright. Kinda wanna obviously stay away from the shore. But we've got a few of these. I don't know what those are. I mean, they have, I think they're cranes on top. Like, I don't know what ship that is, or like what it's transporting. So it's kind of interesting. Hopefully we can stay out of storms, but of course if we're fast traveling, that will help. Man, he's like, oh, that's a boat, never mind. I'm like, I thought it was like a lighthouse. I'm like, he's right against the water there, but right, so just making sure. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and plot waypoints. So we're gonna go here, here, we're gonna pan over, and here, and goodness, I don't know, I guess we'll go there. So now I can fast travel. So there it goes. Now are we gonna have a problem if the ships get out of the way or something? I don't understand. Because yeah, I don't know that those are really moving. Let's see. I go there, because it almost seems like, yeah, like I need to go there, and then I guess there. So let's do that. Okay, we got through. Like, I'm assuming it would be bad with the ships there. Alright. So, now let's crank things up. And we need to head in. But yeah, it's a busy port. So yeah, it's definitely different, the way things operate. So, we want to head to the, like, one, so you can see the green out there, so I think that's the one. Yeah, I don't know if they'll, like, stay separated, or what the situation, but you can see the green and the red. Because yes, this is a big port. But yeah, they're moving. So yeah, it's definitely easier to not have to go all the way over. You can see we used half the fuel. And yes, I think ships typically are a little bit like you're British, you know. You're kind of the other. Well, he's going that way, is he? Well, there's theoretically one coming at us, but I don't know where. Maybe he's in front. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's also 6:45 at night, so... Oh, maybe that one, that little sailboat is... Now, is he going with us? No, he's going toward us, so... We're gonna... kind of do this, and that should be okay. But yes, he's coming out here. Because what I don't know is, like, if you fast travel into a bunch of ships, do you suddenly realize you've crashed into everything? Like, that would be bad, it would seem. I don't understand if this sailboat is, like, turning around, playing around in here. Like, there's just a lot of ships here. So I don't know exactly where I want to go. Alright, let me turn on my outer lights too, so that everybody can see us. And then I guess, because we didn't really unload the containers the way we had them, so it may be a very simple unload. But once we're here... So yeah, he literally looked like he went in and now he's coming out, so that's the thing. Or maybe he docked over there, I don't know. Because yeah, there's like one coming out, which is not good, because it just doesn't look like we have a lot of space here. Which boat it really is. But yeah, this certainly makes it a lot quicker, because then all you're doing is taking off and docking. So all you gotta do is get in and out of the harbor, and then it's all easy after that. Alright, so it must be that one that came out. But this one looks like he's doing something. I assume he sees us, so... Alright, well, I hope he sees us, because... Like, this is not... Okay, yes, he's turning. I'm like... This is ridiculous if he's gonna, like, force me to be... where I don't need to be. And again, I'm thinking I just need to get into the dock, and then now I see some things out there. So I don't know if that's where it's gonna take me or not. Alright, so we've got Siren Whisper, Bird. Okay, we can get all these extra things. So yeah, I don't know what really, like, determines the speed of things. Right, and that's the wake from the ship we just passed, obviously. Okay, dock at the marked pier, so we are going over there. Alright. Be a little bit careful, because that boat's doing some crazy stuff. I don't know what he's doing or why, but whatever. Yeah, the smartest move you could make, sir, is to cross in front of a giant cargo vessel. It's ridiculous, but okay. Because, yeah, we don't need to hit anything. Do any more damage. Or do any damage, not let alone any more damage. Alright, so I do need to be careful because, again, we're coming in at a pretty hefty angle. Oh yeah, I'm thinking it's like around a corner or something, maybe. Alright. So, about halfway into the pier now. Where's that other thing? He's over there. I don't know. Oh no, he's going next to us because he's crazy like that. But yeah, it turns a little bit, so get a little bit closer, but then we're probably gonna wanna back off a bit because we'll be there before we know it. Now again, the way this is set, I think we could like go in quickly and then just dock, but okay, so we're gonna go by, obviously. Slow this down, make the turn. Hopefully we won't whack into it too hard, but yeah, that looks like I might be a little too close. Yep. But we're gonna bring ourselves turned in that way. And there we go. So now we're docked. Right, so we docked at the marked... Wait, so this isn't the marked pier? I need to go to the next one? Alright. I guess so. I was confused. I thought we needed that one. Yep, I guess we need this one. Alright. So there we go. Now we want to twist, so we'll go there. Oh, okay. So we just need to exit here, go do our... So now we're gonna get 2 container... Oh, and the liquid gas, so we have a good amount here. Ooh, this is loud. I'm assuming you can hear it. Right, so here are our containers. We're gonna remove that. Open, 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 open. And I don't know where the LNG container is, but... Right, so remove that. Open, 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 open. Alright. So now we just need to figure out where the other one is that we're taking off. Can I see it from here? Yep, there it is. Alright. So open, open, and then we'll go get this.
Stick to the schedule so you don't trigger a chain reaction.
Alright, well, I'm trying. I don't know how much faster I can move. I think I'm doing pretty well, honestly. Alright, so we'll get these. So, just about. Oops. So maybe that way. There we go. Okay, pull that off, and then I assume we've got trucks here somewhere. Where are they? Oh, right there. Look at that. Nope, I guess it's not there. I don't understand. Like, it looks like it's in the right place. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that's one of two. Need to move a little bit that way. Alright. I was like, is the truck there? Alright, so we got that. And then the LNG's way over there. So that one will be a little trickier. We'll see. I wonder if the truck's gonna go there or if I'm gonna have to come back. Alright, so 1, 2. So let's see. Are we clear? I would think we are. Alright. Then we get that off. So he should be over. And... nope. Oh no, he is there. Alright, I'm like, we don't have the truck. He didn't come to the area we need. But he did. And this will be it. Whoops. Alright, that's it. So I'm thinking that's the job. I guess I had to get high enough up. Alright, well done, pal. Alright, maybe that isn't the second. So that's interesting. Ah, there's chapter 2. The fast travel is disabled there. Okay, so we had to get here to Stettach. And then, alright, so let's see, after the CEO... Alright, well, anyway. So I guess we cannot do that, and we're not going to be able to fast travel, so we'll have to see. Oh, but it looks like this is a tide guard thing. Okay. So, either way, so maybe that's kind of what we've got. You've got one scenario there, and the tide guard one might be quicker, I'm not sure. So, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please consider that, and I will see you next time.